You're killing me, Smalls.
We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS shipping packages. I'm smoking weed out them packages. If I ain't got a gun, I'm stabbing it. I got some leftover lean in the cabinet. I can hit your little hoe when she happy. Poke on that pussy shit like it's a top in it. We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS doing the packaging. I'm smoking good ass weed out them packages. I can't lie 'cause I ain't capping it.
Welcome back to the DNA podcast. It's your boy D.
It's your boy Antonio. Let's get to it.
It feels good to be back to a two-man show.
Yeah,
I love having guests, but feels original.
Yeah, it's okay to switch things up every now and then, which, as long as people come, we will still be doing a lot of interviews. So if you're interested in doing an interview, DM us, and we'll try to set up a date. Yeah.
But on this topic, don't stop it. Today's topic is legacies. This came about because, Kevin Durant tweeted much about it, and I was watching Berserk. And basically, legacies, are they real? Can you form them? Can you tarnish them? And does outside stuff affect your legacy? So, boom. When you hear legacy, what do you think of?
So my definition of legacy is like your lasting effects that you leave on the world and the people around you. So you can have a bad legacy, you have a good legacy. I don't think it's mutually exclusive in that route, but you definitely have to you have a legacy no matter what you do. You might have a big one or a small one. Legacy is legacy.
Legacy to me is more how individuals feel about you, because anybody can have accolades, or you can have awards, you can have plaques and this and that, and all that could be disputed in your time. But like most people believe, oh yeah, after a few years, nobody ever remembers stuff like that. So it's just like, I don't know, awards could lie, go figure. So, but the way people feel about you will never lie. And so this brings us to our first question. How do you build to your legacy? Albeit, is it whether you're athlete, normal worker, celebrity, this or that?
I feel like you're always building to your legacy. Like, no matter what you do in life, you're building a legacy. Now, your legacy might be that you're mediocre, but it to me is just the imprint that you live on life. So, to build a great legacy, you have to leave whatever that you're doing. If you're an athlete, you have to leave your imprint on the sport forever. If you're a celebrity, you have to be recognized as he was one of the best actors in that time, or reality TV stars or rappers or whatever you were. You have to be the best, or one of the best in that time, to have like a positive legacy to me.
I don't think you need to be the best.
Not the best, but you have to be in the talks.
Yeah, I think of it as not everything you do build towards your legacy. I think only your low lows and your high highs actually attribute any movements to that, because like your mediocre performances, I should say, nobody ever really remembers those, because there's nothing to bring up per se, but there's no reason to put it down either. Only your highest highs and your lowest lows is ever really, like, if there's a scale in a ranking, that's the only thing that really goes into your legacy scale.
Well, I'm gonna push back on the mediocre thing. So, like, what if you were mediocre for a long period of time? Wouldn't that impact your legacy? Like, yeah, he had a hot year, but then he had 4 mediocre seasons.
It does. It does in a way. The way that you're thinking it does, but that one hot year will put you above the normal mediocre niggas.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm just saying, like, your mediocre days are also a part of your legacy. No matter, like, maybe, like, you'll never be in GOAT contention You know what I'm saying? If you had more than 2 mediocre seasons, I just can't.
Times like that makes it subjective, but so it'll be like we know what the scale of things are.
Mm-hmm.
So mediocre is what your ceiling is. Like mediocre to a top person or to a normal guy to a successful person. So you have your own highs and lows. Now, if you achieve a high of the highest, people we still know that that's a anomaly to the scale.
Yeah.
Like there's been 6 men in the NBA that will not make the Hall of Fame.
Jeremy
Scored
Lin.
50, scored
Like,
60.
you remember when Jeremy Lin was like fucking up the game?
Hot as hell.
He was hot.
But that's an anomaly. Nobody, people remembers those games, which goes to my point. People remember your highest of highs, but that's not a standard.
Yeah.
So like, it's the highest of the stuff like that will have you remembered, but that still doesn't make you more than what you are.
Mhm.
Jeremy Lin's a legend, especially because the Knicks sucked for so long. So like, people gonna remember that shit that Jeremy Lin did. Just they're also gonna remember, yeah. But he ended up sucking real. Which is like, it's weird. It goes to that thing of like, well, let's say like with musicians, would you want just to be a one-hit wonder? Or would you just want to be consistently charted?
Yeah, and to me, I think it's more impressive. Like if you can never have a number one record, but if you chart top 50 every time you put out a song, every time you put out an album, at least you're fucking consistent. And I think that's more impressive than getting 2 hot albums and then hoping to garbage.
I think consistency is the huge word because so there's plenty of people who does constantly chart top 50, top 20, but never go number one. Don't that make number one even more impressive? Even though you got it, let's say on a fluke, but you got that shit. You got.
But I think, but neither one is bad. I mean, I like the consistent guy better, but neither one is bad. I'm just saying, like, they're just not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're infamous or you have a legacy for a different reason. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be known as the one-hit wonder guy, but Hot Nigga was a hot song. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? It's like I can never really think which one is better because most niggas who have one-hit wonder don't stop being musicians. So it makes it even more sad that you're trying to chase
the fame that you had before.
Yeah, but you just can't. But shit, niggas know my mindset. If I get that number one, I'm done. If I could be paid off one song for the rest of my life, boy, fuck we talking about?
Like, shit, you better own those the masters, bro, guy.
Yeah, swear to God.
Because if not, you gonna be fucking doing shows.
I was about to say, if I could make a song and that bitch be fire and somebody take that bitch like Whitney Houston and sing it, bro, I'll get that Dolly Parton money. I don't give a fuck. But I guess as far as this is another question that leads into, I guess seeing as you don't leave your own legacy, as far as legacy standards go, since we're talking about it, the consistency, the consistent album charting routes will endear you more to the public. And this goes into
and I think just if we're talking how like, you know, get the money and run kind of thing, I think it's a better, you know, financial decision and like a legacy for your kids or whatever for you to have 50 albums that are fire.
So no bullshit.
Or that are decent.
It is, but like he's not a one-hit wonder. But he's known for the hits and not too much more. But like Soulja Boy, I don't know how much money he has currently because I don't know what the fuck he does with his money. But that nigga was rich off ringtones.
Yeah.
Like he was set for life, and ringtones ended like a year or two into his run.
Yeah.
Like niggas make it seem like he came out at the peak at the start of ring. No, he came out on the tail end. So it's like he's a kind of a bad example because he's not a one-hit wonder, but people don't respect Soulja Boy as a rapper. Like they don't respect him as a lyricist, don't respect him as a hood nigga, don't respect him. So like they don't. He's just a nigga that made some good songs, but like he's rich. Because I remember seeing somebody video who was like, if you just take his ringtone money and not even none of his new work, which we doubt that he makes a lot off of anyway, he should still be set And they was like, unless he's done something catastrophically stupid,
Which
he should not be broke. Which by most indicators, he's not broke.
yeah, I mean,
like,
he's still definitely living life. Living life better than me. So
and so it's like if he was a little smarter, he could have, like, if he was smarter, if he was a mogul, which I don't know what he got going on, he could be a mogul. That's probably how he stayed
I
rich.
mean, you gotta think he tried to do a video game.
Lemonade.
He had Lemonade brand.
He tried.
Oh damn!
Yeah, he clowned Bow Wow about it. Oh shit! I ain't seen no Soldier Boy Lemonade in no 7-Eleven.
I didn't know about that. That one passed me. So he's done some stuff. You know what I'm saying? He dropped that Rick and Morty song. He's been doing stuff.
And so it's like, it does go back and forth. Like, I think if you do a one-hit wonder well, and don't fuck up the money, which most people do because they don't know they're in a one-hit wonder until years later. Damn, I should have done better with that money. It can go back and forth. Like, it's a lot easier to have better money being consistent. But when you go for that one hit, like, and you get it, I don't know, one hit wonder could last you, 2 years, 3 years of like 2 years of being like
a consistent play.
Yeah. And then after that, a nostalgia run, which can still pay off
like 5
a
years
little
later.
bit. Yeah. So it's like, it could. It's a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would have to.
You have to play it right. You also have to know that you're in the one hit wonder kind of realm, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because
like, I forgot what I seen, but I seen some old guy in the 90s that I know has a one hit wonder. Got like 500,000 just to show up, and it's like, damn, you still get that song old as shit.
I mean, that's like Vanilla Ice. You know what I'm saying?
He gets paid.
Yeah, he gets paid a lot of money to show up.
Just to show up and do that one whack ass song. But hell,
the song that he got sued for.
You feel me? Hell, it was whack back then, but he got paid off of it. So, yeah, I go back and forth. But something that I discussed can you build your legacy, or is that just incumbent on how people view you? Do others build it? I guess
you can definitely build your legacy, and I say that because, if we're talking about the average person, right? Like, you go to work, you do your fucking job, you do it well, right? And then the day that you leave, and everybody at your job likes you and they respect you or whatever. The day that you leave, they're like, "Hey, you remember Antonio? He used to come in here and do this fucking shit." So I think that is like, you can actively build your legacy. Like, I mean, I think if you're talking about celebrities, the perfect person to talk about this right now is Steph Curry, because he went out and got that 4th ring. You know what I'm saying? And not by himself, of course, but arguably.
Shit, if
he put the team on his back.
You feel me? If help equated to numbers, damn near by himself.
You put the team on his back. So
I'm going to push back, and I'm not saying that I 100% agree with this.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked two people build it because so I'm gonna use both your examples. I'm gonna use one regular and one NBA. So say like you at work, you've done everything you've been asked to do. You go there, you leave on time, and you do X, Y, and Z. And it was like when you finally leave, it's like, I did that shit at work. Like, I was that nigga. But your peers hate you. And it's like, it's small stuff that you've done around the way that, like, even though you've done the job right, I'm glad that nigga gone. Like that nigga get on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, it's definitely a double-edged sword, but.
And it's like, I can't think of too many examples, but we know when there's people at the job that do the job, but you still wish wasn't at the damn job. And
well, I mean, that means the personality is shit.
True. I was about saying, like, small stuff like that takes away from legacy, and it's like, you may not know it. It's like, bro, I'm doing the job well. Of course they like me. It is not, of course.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to take me, for example. I do the job well, but I let it be known I'm not happy to do it. I'm not doing it to be helpful. I'm here to get paid, but to get paid, I need to do it.
There's nothing wrong with that, but...
What the fuck?
All right. There's nothing wrong with that. But that distracted me from my point.
And so wait, and so like my huge point about it is I'm actually beloved by people. It actually kind of pisses me off. Because they should not like me for shit at these jobs. I should just be a nigga that's replaceable to them. Oh, we really like having you around. What's up to something? Hey, D,
You know what it is? It's because you keep it real.
God, I hate that.
And being genuine is a rare commodity nowadays. Being your real you is not a common feat that people receive.
You feel me?
So for you to just be like, I don't really fucking like y'all, makes people like y'all. Like you. You know what I'm saying?
I think my cousin seen it in person. I think he perfects. He's, bro, why do y'all keep talking to me? Y'all know I don't fuck with y'all. And then this isn't innuendo or speculation. I told y'all I don't fuck with y'all. And so like somebody else, so like I'm not widely beloved because there is this one guy who constantly fucking talks about me to people. So like I know he hates me, but for the same reason that the others like me, like he's unforgiving, not give a damn. But the others love that I'm unforgiving, not give a damn. So like I forged a little legacy of just fuck. I just wanted to be a nigga here. I didn't want to be fucking liked, beloved, thought of. I'm so thought of that I have another job opportunity. And one of the new girls, knew I like 9 months. I told her about it. She said, damn, I need to start applying for new jobs.
Yeah.
like
Shit, at my job, when I started talking about leaving, they were like, if you leave, I'm leaving. And I was like, damn, I can't do that. Fuck.
But and like I literally tried to tell her, it was like I told my cousin this, and I tell anybody, don't let my experiences affect you. It's okay for me to hate something for my reason, but don't you hate it just because I hate it. But she was like, yeah, I know, but you're not going to be here, and I already hate it. And so it's just like, boom, legacy can go back. I'm a guy who only does the job and I go above and beyond. When I've seen people go above and beyond, but not be liked. So, because I was like, legacy's a weird thing on that behalf.
Mm-hmm.
But then NBA-wise, it's I love that Steph Curry won his 4th ring because now lots of discussions come up. KD versus Steph. The guy with more skill versus the guy who's accomplished more. What is actually better when it comes to legacy? Because when KD was there, he's undoubtedly the best player on the team in Golden State. Which, I can see the arguments. Taller, shoot just about the same, made them unstoppable, this and that. But when you use words undoubtedly, so when he leaves, it should suck. They won again. So is it really undoubtedly
even when he had left, the first time, they were still pretty consistent.
So they sucked, but it's been like, they didn't suck because they just sucked.
Yeah.
They sucked because they were hurt. And like, believe it or not, this is the first season that all three of them have played, which kind of adds more to the point of, bro, we don't, you weren't
didn't
really
necessarily need you.
So that's why
they won the first one without him, right? Yeah, so
it's like you enter that weird. Steph is considered top 10 player now, not by me. I got him at 12, but 12 is higher than when I ever had him.
I think I'll put him at number 10.
It goes back and forth.
Just the man can shoot.
We can make a list and post it to Instagram, for content of our 10s. But it's like most people widely regarded before this year. Most people widely regarded that Kevin Durant is clear better than Steph.
You know what? I've never liked Kevin Durant.
I'm gonna talk more on him regarding legacy because this is kind of root of the stuff, talking about him without talking about him, because I know a lot of Kevin Durant ass niggas. But Kevin Durant, before the season kicked off, before Golden State ever looked like favorites or this or that, was clear in front of Steph. So if most people had Steph, even before this title, like 15, even before this season started, KD was clear in front of him. One ring makes a difference. Or is KD now automatically top 10 if he's clear in front of Steph? Funny how numbers like that is pretty arbitrary when you do them too early. Which even now it's too early. Who can go somewhere and win 3 or 4 of them things and make all this mute? But
I still don't think KD would be good enough to. So my thing with KD, this is kind of turned to a basketball discussion.
I can get it back to profession, but it's easy. It's easy to discuss legacies with stars on TV. Everything that you see. Shit, I could have lied. I could have lied about everything I said at work.
I just feel like whenever KD, he seems like he sucks the life out of the team. Wherever he goes, he just sucks the life out of the team. And it's like,
the exact reason is because he wants to have leadership responsibilities, but he's came out plenty of times and says he doesn't want to be a leader. He wants the responsibilities of the leader, but he doesn't want any of the kickback or punishment of being the leader.
you can't have your cake and eat it too. It doesn't work like that.
And that does suck the life out of a team. Like, boom, everything that went wrong with the Nets in the past 2 years. So them getting James Harden somehow falls to Kyrie's decision. Somehow, the second best guy on the team makes all the decisions when KD is clear better than Kyrie. But it's like KD avoids blame for getting Harden. He avoids blame of Harden wanting to leave. This hasn't even been officially reported, but most people assume Harden wanted to go because Kyrie didn't get vexed. Shit, if you're a leader, to me it sounds like you do everything you can to keep Harden there. Whoop-de-whoop. Some people would say that Kevin Durant isn't at fault for Kyrie making his own decisions, but aren't you the leader? Didn't you bring him? Most teams actively said, we actually don't want Kyrie by himself unless he comes with you. Getting bounced out the playoffs, the team not having synergy, which most teammates have came out and said, he's escaping blame for all this. This is what being a leader does. You can't, he's always said, I just want to hoop. Bro, you're a professional. Somebody, Chris Broussard, he said it eloquently this week. If you want to go fucking hoop, go play at the Y and give up millions. If that's just what you want to do. If you just want to go play basketball, go play at the YMCA. You're a professional. Yeah. So you got more responsibilities than just fucking hooping, which is an ignorant argument that these athletes are making. If you want to get fucking paid, act like an adult. Like, I'm getting sick. Like, it's sickening trying to explain, yeah, well, you can't just give up the fucking money then and go play at the Y. There's a lot of niggas who just want to hoop at the Y. You're
the best nigga in the gym.
You feel shit. We know you're gonna be the best nigga in the gym because arguably you're the best nigga with the professionals. So like, it's stuff like that. If you're a leader, if the guy who's leading the team in the dark don't lead you when he's needed, that does bring you down. Because like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what's even the point? If you play a sport, you need a leader. If you're looking at me and like, oh, you don't need no leader in sports, your team sucked, you suck, you ain't play on the team. That's the only 3 options. That's the stupid argument to think that niggas can just run up with each other and just beat niggas. Like, that's not happening.
I mean, I guess it only applies if you played a team sport. Yeah.
In wrestling, you got to admit that there was a leader on the team that at least tried to, calm the nerves, try to gather the troops, rally the troops. There's a leader on any team unless you're indefinite, individual sport like this. Like,
or shit, even track, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I did a long jump, ain't nobody hyping me up for long jump.
I mean, you're still part of a track team. I heard the track team was lit.
It's fun, but it's not the same dynamic.
Makes sense. I was about to say, so like, that's why KD sucks the life off of it. And this is small stuff. Does that affect his legacy? He's a hooper. He's regarded as a damn near perfect hooper. Does being a poor leader takes away from it? I guess that's the question. My answer is yes. Yes, it does. Yeah. Because like, stuff that gets swept under the carpet is Michael Jordan can hoop. Kobe Bryant can hoop. LeBron James can hoop. Do you know how many niggas in the league that can hoop through the years? I think 750 people are in the league every single year. The league has just celebrated its 75th anniversary. You do the math almost how many niggas played in the league in all these years. Niggas can hoop. But you won't know what's the difference when you take two niggas that can hoop and one nigga can lead his team. And leading means you can get the most out of people when they're not that good. As opposed to a nigga like KD he fits in well. I mean, if the niggas are great around him,
Yeah.
it ain't no stopping that nigga. But when the niggas aren't great around him,
when he doesn't have to be the leader,
and so like that Golden State run is so it's tainted. Not even KD's run. I'm talking like the Warriors in general. It's tainted because like you shouldn't have these questions in sport. You shouldn't have the questions on when that nigga's there. Is KD better than Steph? And then this goes on and on. Then when he leaves, see, I told you Steph was like that. If he was like that himself, why did y'all recruit that nigga? And like it's a known fact they recruited him. Like not him just showed up. It's hey, it'd be good to have you. He'll be something. So like it tarnishes all of them. Like Steph escapes blame because he's won this chip, but like as far as legacy go, you shouldn't have these talks in sports. It shouldn't be so iffy on who's the best, who's the most important. If this wasn't here, would y'all still be good? Michael Jordan was the best thing on all them Bulls squads. Like it is not even debatable. It's not even close.
I mean, you can say the same thing about LeBron though. Like
he's the best thing on them squads.
Yeah, he's the best player on every team he's played on.
The only other team that brings up conversation like this is Kobe and Shaq. But at that point in their career, Shaq was clearly better than Kobe. Mm-hmm. And it's not even as clear as
yeah, I don't know. That one's still a little murky to me, but
I feel like
Shaq would work ethic would have been clear better.
Yeah, I'm gonna say so. Like I give it to them, but like in sports, there's a clear better. Hell, in football, quarterbacks don't come in and out. They don't relieve each other like baseball. There's a clear best quarterback. It is the nigga playing. Like it's a clear number one receiver is the nigga on the field. Like there is no controversy when it comes to that. But this is the only team I can think of in sports where there's such controversy surrounding who's the best, who's the most important, who's this, who's that, what was their roles, was he really needed, was he not needed? Fuck it, I got something for all of y'all. All y'all niggas took the easy way out. But for
I feel like to me, like making a super team is the easy way out.
And it's like
number one, it makes the games not interesting.
Viewership was the lowest those years.
And then number two, it sucks the fun out of it. Like it's like because when you see one really good person, another really good person, and then a squad of mediocre people go together, it is like even just good people. That's to me, that's like peak. Because you get to see the leader pull the team up. You get to see put the team on their back. Or maybe you see one of the mediocre guys come on and just turn up.
And that's what like people always talk about. I wish if such and such had such and such, he'd be nice. If LeBron had Steve Kerr, he would have won more titles. He fucking wouldn't. Steve Kerr averaged 6 points. Now Steve Kerr hit some game winners, but can't be in that position if the game won't close to win. Goddamn it! Like now, that's just the truth. Like
now, if I think LeBron had Pippen.
He had D Wade, like,
and he had two with D Wade, right?
Yeah. But it's like I don't subscribe to if he had this and that when it's clear. Like if LeBron was on Golden State, yeah, them niggas would have won that shit too.
Oh yeah, it would have been the game.
You tell me any nigga was on that team. If Tracy McGrady, who's not given the respect he deserves, was on Golden State, they would have won. Like this is givens, but it's like people underestimate what leadership is. I think my overarching legacy when it comes to stuff. His leadership, so we had Marcus on last week. Well, shit, when y'all hear this, it'll be 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah. We had Marcus on 2 weeks, and he was like, bro, you want that bad of an athlete. I still want that good to really compete with niggas, but my thing was leading the team. I could get the most out of niggas who never played football. That was you. And we would go like me, so we play like a game of 5. Me and the other nigga. The other nigga would be the best nigga, Josh. I would be in the middle of the pack. Then we have 3 niggas who never played against 5 niggas who played football. Boom. So this is all I need for y'all to do. I'm going to keep it simple. If y'all do this, we win. And guess what? They did it. Me and Josh made up for the holes. I made up for one hole. Josh made up for the hole that I made. Boom, boom. Damn, how the hell are they winning? I've gotten them together. I can get y'all to.
And I mean, and I think that ultimately that's all it takes to be successful in anything that you do, from life, from work, from sports, or we just talked about. Like, you got to know how to pull what you want out of somebody.
My belief in life is everybody's good at something. Now, it's up to the person, maybe the leader, an individual, to figure out what they're good at. But I feel the same way in sports, because I used to be trash as hell at sports before I actually started playing. I don't believe people just suck at sports. I believe that you never played before. I believe that you're trying to be something that you're not.
Mm-hmm. And maybe you just haven't found a sport that's for you. Because, like, I was extremely average at track. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of fast, but I wasn't fast enough to really be,
Dangerous.
To be winning.
Yeah.
I was kind of good at long jump, but I wasn't dangerous enough to like, I would get like fifth, but I would never get,
first, second,
or third. Like, I've never gotten on the podium for long jump. But I could jump with them, just not, win.
Yeah.
But wrestling was the first sport that I actually was, I found the sport that I actually was good at. It's one of those things.
Believe it or not, pretty good at every sport that I played. Anything that I do, I'm pretty great at, but I'm great at aspects. I find a part of the game, and I'd be great at it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's something that builds your legacy, is like finding your niche within the niche is what makes you great. You know what I'm saying?
So being smart is what gets me by. But so basketball, I started off only playing defense and getting rebounds because I'm big. But it was like, I can't do the little Euro step. Nigga shot broker than damn elevators in the hood. And it's like, but I can play solid. I can move my feet and get rebounds. As time evolved and I practiced more, I became the scorer and the defender, which the people could attest to. I was like that because it was like I'm speaking a lot on basketball and about what I did back in the day, but nigga was like that. In middle school, me and Eric went undefeated in gym. Mind you, it's gym, but for 6 months. So I went undefeated for 7 or 8 months. Eric went undefeated for 6, but niggas made us be captains against each other one time, and I whooped his ass. It ain't a debate about it. But me and Eric would have we legit would have 3 niggas who just played basketball at gym. We were going against the hood niggas who played after school. And they just, we about to wash y'all. We about to do this. Pull them to the side. Boom. Hey, I seen you shooting over there. I remember it was this one nigga named Ronnie. And we called him Meatball. And it was he used to shoot off to the side. It was I knew he could shoot, but I think he could only shoot wide open. But it's shooting wide open and the nigga in your face is pretty much the same. The worst, if you just focus on the rim, the worst result is you just get blocked. But I'm not going to give it to you in a position to get blocked. So it was I'm going to do my thing. But when I kick it to you, just shoot.
Pull up.
Yeah, do. And we used to beat niggas for six. And they used to be dumbfounded. They would look, these niggas beat us? And bro, they just doing their job. Niggas we playing against, most hood niggas think they can shoot. They cannot. So I'll let them know. Have them shoot. Step back a little bit, have them shoot. If they come in, I got your help. If they come in, I got your help. Just don't let them circle around you away from me. Was unstoppable. Pretty much we just clogged the lane. And I just knew niggas will hit 2 threes. I'm hot now. Bro, you hit 2 threes out of 30. The name to me how that's hot.
That's a bad stat.
Yeah, you feel me? But they hit 2 back to back. I'm hot now. Let that nigga shoot again. And so I used to do that. So when I got good, I was able just to think of the game. I can dissect people quickly. He likes to do this. Just stop that. If you stop and he start doing something else, we did our best. It ain't too much. Some niggas are just like that. Yeah. Same with the wrestling. Bro, I want to say that I'm this nigga who took niggas down, finished the match quickly, this and that. I was dealing with big niggas, bro. And I ain't gonna fucking pull my shoulder out of socket lifting big ass niggas.
For me, I was never strong enough to just everybody on my team would double. We were known for double legging people across the mat.
And Nick
I was not that guy. I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm a staller. I stall until my opening come, and I'm good. I am great at it.
But
Niggas
like,
I would audibly hear them get pissed. He's stalling, ref. He ain't doing nothing. I would do just enough movement just so I couldn't stall. So like I would fake go for his leg when I know I'm not going for this bitch. I'm not going.
I used to do the same thing. So you know, there's like I always won by points. Number one, so I had to have great cardio because we were going to go the distance, and I had this trick. So you know, like if you get called for stalling once, it's your first. You only get one warning.
Yeah.
So I would I would fake shoot him across the mat, and he would sprawl and back up the whole time, and that's evading. So you get your first warning. So all I have to do is when he gets tired in the third round, I have to stand up, and then all I have to do is let him be tired, and still look busy because he's gonna get a stalling call, and I'm gonna get that point to win.
Bro, and that strategy, most niggas so y'all were scared. So y'all bitch niggas is what y'all saying. I'm just playing within the rules of the game and won. My whole strategy was stall until like I visibly that damn roll thing never really worked until it worked. And then I'll wait, boom, boom, we'll go a few rounds. Hell, I'll get on top, wear him out, do this. Well, I guess basically don't let me get on top because I'm really gonna wear you. I'm really gonna stomp. Chicken wing, I'm gonna do. Turn him over. I ain't turn his big ass over. Ain't no pancake. Keep chicken wing. But like when I'm down and I just know, he's fucking up. As soon as I felt, he's hot. What the hell just happened? Stalled long enough for you to make a mistake. I wasn't going. You would have had to beat me straight up, which people have. I'm not gonna let you just beat me.
Something that I did a lot of sweeps, outside leg sweep.
Yeah.
And one day my coach was like, we would practice, and he was like, I don't know why y'all don't run sweeps. Sweeps are the most productive takedown statistically is the most productive takedown.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, huh. And I just ran sweeps.
Yeah.
And I did it all the fucking time. Now my teammates knew what I was doing, so in practice they would stuff me a lot.
Yeah.
But other people, most people just shoot double legs and single legs.
Yeah.
Do an outside sweep. If you wrestle.
Yeah. So we got off on wrestling. If you like that, good wrestling talk. But leadership and intelligence is how I got by. So it was just like, boom. Like anything that we do, I can find my niche. And that's just my niche. Like I can get people in their position. I do my job great. But in the overarching thing, like when we play football, I don't even think I'm a top 10 athlete that we played with. Like, just for the fact that we played with athletes, I beat their ass, though. Like,
I think I'm a better athlete than you.
By far. Like, literally by far. By every metric of what an athlete is, I just lift more than you.
Yeah.
I think in my prime, I think my endurance would match yours. Just for the fact of how I didn't go so fast.
My cardio's never been that great.
I wasn't moving too fast to fucking tire out.
Also, you play like O-line, so you doesn't run.
You feel me? And in wrestling, like even our techniques, you can tell that I'm breaking. You can tell I'm not doing shit. I'm not scrappy for shit. I got my calculations. I got 7 minutes before I get into action. So it was like and people always like when I talk to people, it's like, bro, you're discrediting yourself. You was one of the best niggas out there. But I don't mean I was a great athlete.
Yeah.
I just did more of what I just did.
The game well.
Yeah. And so it was like, I take pride in it. I take pride in not being the best outwardly, but tricking, like, it's not even a trick, but arising through whatever and being the best at it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I take pride in. That's how my legacy is formed, because people always assume for me to be the best at stuff, when actually, like, if you've seen me in the beginning or if you know behind the scenes, I'm struggling like hell to do this.
I didn't realize how I don't say unathletic, but not as fit as I thought you were until like halfway through the first semester.
I actually got badly out of shape there, but
yeah, but I was like, oh, he's not that guy.
I'm just able.
Number one, you talked a great game. You talked an amazing game.
I was about to say I was able to veil it in talking shit and have you doubt yourself.
I'm like, maybe I'm the one that's out of shape. I'm the one. Why am I gassed?
Is this big nigga really like that? Like he's winning, And I mean, like, they're only winning by a point or two, but like they're winning. They're doing this. Like, is this nigga really like that? But it's like, yeah, if you take a step out, like, I'm one of those niggas that, like, if this was the pros, I would get my gold jacket. Niggas would acknowledge me this or that. But on social media, they'll be like, what did he do? Like, what was he doing? And it's like, when you know, like, niggas who played against me, yeah, you had an impact on the game. But I mean, like, it's weird because, like, when you rewatch it, you didn't really do shit. But you were doing shit.
But you were doing shit, yeah. And that's legacy. Because, like, but that to circle back to your question about do you build your legacy? Do other people build your legacy? I think your actions and the role that you chose to take and the path you took directly built your legacy. Because without those actions, there's nothing for people to build off of.
Yeah. It's a chicken and egg scenario. You need to do the actions. Without the actions, it can't be done.
Mm-hmm.
But so, like, in my case, people could easily write me off and, like, I would have to constantly just defend myself. You know, when niggas talk about how good he is and nobody backs it up, he lying. That nigga cat.
Garbage.
But it's like, shit, we had Mark up here and he even just like, nah, you were kind of like this. So it's like, the others do. If you're outly better than everybody, boom, you don't even need nobody to speak on it. Like, the stories about Michael Jordan is cool. It ain't needed. Like, you already know what that nigga is. But, like, when you're not outwardly the best and it's not obvious you're dominating, like, in my situations, like, when you hear, like, it's the people. When you hear people talking, it's like, oh, I guess that nigga was like that. Like it is stuff like that. I think you fall into that category, too. It's like you weren't outwardly the best. And when we talk about it, he was not the best receiver, not the fastest, never played before, so he doesn't cut or whatever. But it's like, shit, nigga, do what we need him to do. If we're playing the game to 5 points and we need him to catch 5 balls, all told, he'll catch at least 4 of the motherfuckers.
I'm going to get you 15 on this drop.
You feel like, well, once we got it out of it and, like, I remember we came to you, was just like, boom, bro, I know you drop a lot. I think we fixed. I think one, we was like, you're trying to do a lot after you get the ball. Bro, we just need you to catch it. If we throw it to you, boom, get that bitch in. If you have room to run, but if you, boom.
I remember there was this one game, and y'all literally pulled me off to the side and was like, bro, just put your hands on the ball. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then after that, I barely dropped the ball.
You feel me? It was like, I think you stopped trying, because I know you stopped trying to take off, because, like, you would have it. Most niggas don't know the difference.
So my thing was I would try to start running before I caught the ball.
Mm-hmm. And most niggas don't know the difference between not being able to catch and just not securing it. He can catch, it's hitting his hands. Like, not being able to catch is that bitch was going through, or you would miss time and this and that. It hits your hand. Like, if it hits your hands, boom, and then you start taking off and then it falls. It's not a matter of catching, it's a matter of securing and focus. And it's like, boom, we had you start doing that. I think of that same day, Quan was like, damn, Antonio's out here catching shit now, too. He's
on the opposite team. That was the one that y'all played against him. Y'all picked me up instead of him. I remember now.
Josh had first pick. No, Quan had first pick. He did himself. And it was like, oh, your homeboy had first pick, he didn't pick you? I'm not the best athlete. I should never be picked first because I'm going to put us in a bad situation. And so Josh picked me up, and boom, boom. Yeah, either way, we ended up with you. It was like, it niggas just dumbfounded. Antonio's doing, before when y'all had Antonio, y'all tried to get him to do too much. Y'all wanted him to be damn Randy Moss and this and that. We don't need him to be that. We need him just to be a reliable catcher and that's it, and set back up. It was like we gave you a role. It was like, shit, Antonio's catching this. Josh is going down, streaking on him. I forgot who else we had because Jordan was on the other team. Mm-hmm. But we have somebody else doing like slants and doing this.
It was, I think we had, it was somebody else mediocre.
Yeah.
I remember.
It was just me and Josh was clearly the best athlete. But it was like, bro, we was torching them. I think we played 3 times. I think we like won by 3 or 4 the first time, maybe 2 or 3 the second time. It was close the third time. Still beat them. It was heartbreaking to know that it was that close. Still beat them. It was just like, what did y'all do? And from there, you've always been good. Just for the fact of we just gave them a defined role.
You know, I kind of want to go out and run routes again. I haven't done that in a long time.
Bro, I haven't threw a ball in so long. I think I threw a ball 2 summers ago and threw my damn arm out after 5 minutes. After 5 minutes. But yeah, it's yeah. So like even with Antonio's like, I mean that nigga ain't Randy Moss. He's not the first receiver I pick up, but shit, if I have him, we can do a little damage. Anybody that played against, so I think should will preach like. And he ain't he wasn't that slow on defense. You can't put him on the fastest nigga. But mainly whenever there was a fastest nigga out there, nobody could keep up with him.
It was always Mark, but Mark, to me, Mark couldn't catch, no disrespect. But I don't remember Mark catching on me like that. Like he would torch me, but by the time he got to the end of his route, I was on his ass. So
and then that go into the quarterback play, but that's also that time when I started talking shit to him. When I started talking shit to him that day, for the last 3 or 4 games, he sucked. like this is no BS. And people was gonna be like, "You held a grudge." I was holding a grudge against him after every single game because they'll be like, "I think I picked him up on I think it was on my team twice." It was Buns, and then it was like boom, boom, and then but like every time he'd be like, "Yeah, I just had a bad day. Just had a bad day. I just had nigga. It's been 4 games. You fucking suck." Like I'm not even going. And I don't know why I was so much on his ass, but I was on his ass. And it was like, nigga, you fucking suck. You keep talking about what I used to do back then. Do it now. Yeah, well, mouth really checked that I think. Ooh,
that's funny.
But I have no regrets. I think I would have stopped talking shit 3 minutes earlier. I think I would have, but if given the situation again, because I think I was on when talking that day. Just
because I remember because we were fucking winning. That's the thing. We were up.
So not even that, bro. I think you have a different date. No, I was talking shit before we started playing.
Oh shit!
I was talking shit because I remember because I think you came. I think him and Perry was there first, or they start throwing first. It's like boom, boom. I'm feeling it, and that's when it just triggered him. You ain't feeling shit. You're running against air. You know, like it just triggered in me. And well, yep, that's the downside of talking shit. I've been on my fair share of ass whoopings like
It can be great, but it can also backfire.
You feel me? I have been shut up. Well, I've never shut up completely because I'm still gonna talk. I'm still gonna talk a little bit. But yeah, I think that you do need the actions to back it up, but without the peers, it can go unnoticed.
Because you gotta think like legacy is what your impact is on society, right? So like without the society or without your community, whatever, there's nothing for you to leave an impact on other than like I guess you could be a painter and just or a sculptor and just leave a sculpture out there, but
yeah, I'm about to say you're just
people still have to come out and see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess even better example before I get to the next question, like playing games. Like we all played COD, and well, if you're our age, you played COD through the golden years. Yeah, I know we've all been beasts at one point by ourselves, but it means nothing because like you're just a nigga talking. Now I've been a beast with teammates where once again a point comes, yeah, that nigga D like that COD, like he like, and that's like some people look at his vindication and say, oh, so you need others to know, but you could just lie.
Yeah, like there's no proof to your claims. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because I didn't play online. Well, I played online, but I didn't have like friends to play with because they just didn't play the same games I played or whatever.
Yeah.
So like when I would have like amazing fucking games, like put up 25 kills or whatever, and then it would just be like, well, that was a good game.
Yeah, and that's how
take a picture of the scoreboard and go.
That's the reason why we even play. Like we started playing with other people. Mind you, me and Eric, we literally just started playing with randos from the school and got cool with. Only know them by their PSN names. Don't even know them by their real names. But it was like when I started playing with them because it's like it goes to your point. I was skilled before. I was having these good games by myself. But to my counter argument, there was nobody to really verify that. So I was having the same games with them, but now people go, yeah, bro, that nigga is like that. I've always been like that. Y'all just wasn't seeing me be like that. And so it is a mix on the legacy thing. Cause like every nigga wanted to play with us in school just because I heard y'all liked it. Cause all of us was like that. But we know because we played with each other. So it's like It's a give or take thing. It's a chicken and egg situation.
Okay, do you think being around too many good people, you've kind of touched on this, but being around too many good people can
Tarnish your legacy.
not tarnish per se, because it doesn't make you look bad, but it can dilute, like waters it down.
I think yes. I think there's layers to everything. Life is like an onion. There's many layers, and you got to keep peeling to go deeper down. I think if you're just comparing to the here and now, no, because all that matters is winning in the here and now. At the end of the day, did you win or lose? Nobody cares about, oh, one team is stacked, one is this. Like, when we go back home and the shit talking starts, but did you win? Like, you could have all these conditions.
I mean, but like, did you lose, but did you put up 25 points?
That's a deeper thing of, like, then when we go deeper, some boop, boop, I think we were playing at the park. You had 4 D1 athletes, and we lost by 1.
Oh, yeah.
That's bad. Like, and that's the deeper of, like, all right, so when we get into the stats, when we get into the play, y'all won by a little bit. Y'all won by a fluke. Oh, the fluke could be a nigga just threw the shot up at half court. Boom, ended the game.
I've won a game of basketball like that.
It was a fluke. One, we were close. You hit a damn 3 out of nowhere like that. So it's like, there's, in the immediate, in the moment, no. But in the aftermath, yes. Because in the aftermath, you can start comparing it to other scenarios, to other things. So like KD with the Warriors, man, that first year they beat the Cavs that beat them, and they damn near, I think that's when they 4-1, and we call that gentleman's sweep. So yeah, they
get one.
Yeah, they still
that was after the reverse sweep by LeBron, right? That's the year after.
No,
was that?
So when LeBron came back down, he was down 1-3, beat them, and then the next year they got KD and won 4-1.
Yeah.
But then they swept them the next year. So like that first win, boom, they got get back on LeBron, they got the dub. It's in the immediate, it's not that bad. I mean, like, we're still upset that he joined, but it's like KD went and put them over the top. But then when you compare it to others, like, how hard was their path? Can't be that hard because y'all have literally 2 of the top 3 players in the world right now. So when you have time to compare stuff, that's what dilutes it, because it's like, well, Kobe had Pau Gasol, but he had to play the Celtics. Hell, the year before, LeBron came back down 1-3 on this same team minus KD. Jordan did whoop-de-whoop this. He left for a year, came back in 3-peat. So like when you take time out and when you start getting compared to others, that's when it gets diluted. I don't think you're like, I could look at life in points, like legacy points. You don't get your legacy points right after you do the deed. You don't get it right after you win the championship, right after you do that. The points come in the aftermath. It comes in after the excitement of winning comes down. It's just like, championship wasn't all that amazing. Y'all niggas were supposed to win. So like, if winning a championship added like 10 to your legacy points, nah, they got 5s. I mean, like, it didn't take away, but you're like, I want full 10? For why?
I'll give you 6.
Like, and so, I think if you have to, same thing for COD. I'm not going to lie to you, my first niggas I played with, and mind you, like, we keep going back and forth just to give y'all examples of real world situations. And my middle school squad was like that. Legacy points, nobody could ever be the best, because I don't think there was ever 2 days that the same nigga was the best on the team, both days. One nigga would be hot one night, other nigga would be hot another night. But when we got to middle school, I was clear-cut better. I was so much better that I started using a sniper and having more kills than everybody. This was Black Ops 2 era. I was able to quick scope and end up with more kills than everybody else in the game consistently. But I was clear favorite then, but no, middle school, we was just so good. And that goes into, since we were all good, fuck. And there's like, we can't say that we're the best, that we're this or that. But nah, when I got to high school, maybe because I matured, maybe because I played the game, or no, maybe because I've been playing the game for so long. And I was clear-cut the best. And I was still playing with Eric. Eric would tell you, oh yeah, it was ungodly what he was doing. Doing to them niggas quick scoping halfway across the map, nigga wall banking with the quick scope. Like, it was, he was ungodly. Like, I was in my bag. So Yeah, the situation's changed. In the moment, once again, when I was playing in middle school, it don't matter. We whooping ass. Who cares if you have 30 kills or if you have 15? We're winning. You know, like, and since there was no person who was clearly best, seeing as it was like, boom, one night you're hot, one night you're hot, one night you're hot, it's even better. We're contributing to the team because if that night we didn't have them, we would have lost. So, yeah, I do think, I'm not going to say just talent, but situation. The situation matters.
Yeah. Do you think that talent, since you brought it up, do you think talent is required to have a legacy, like to have a outstanding legacy?
Talent in yourself or talent around the people around you?
You're talking about, I'm talking about your personal legacy. Like when people talk about D. Wilson,
No, but I mean, like, do I need the talent or is just the people around me need the talent?
you need.
And we're just.
Do you think you need the talent?
No, I don't believe in talent. I believe talent is what you're born with. Like, people talk about working hard. You got to work hard at it. You're not that good at it. I'm sorry to break it to you. Only because there's plenty of stuff that I'm good at just by picking up and being good.
Yeah, people say that's talent.
That is talent. Yeah. Like, I'm talented because I can just pick it up and do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to work hard to be good at it, not talent. Now, some people would say there's talent in working hard, which
I think having that work ethic is a talent.
I was about to say I go back and forth because it's just fucking doing it. I think working hard is a trait that's instilled in you by where you're at. Some people can naturally have it.
Yeah.
But like, I hardly doubt that if an NFL player who makes his family train every day, child's going to be obese. Now, he may not like the shits, but he's going to have a work ethic. Like, that's just all they know.
But arguably, that could turn you in a different direction.
Could be, but once again, I've never seen obese athletes' children. So it's like, you don't need talent. Having talent works, but most of the things that I'm talented in, I'm not really known for. Like sports. Oh, we talk about it a lot. Of course, we just talk about it a lot this episode. But like, people will talk about what I was and this and that. I had to work so hard just to catch up to normal people. I had to work 2 times harder just to be normal. And just so happened on my way there, I didn't notice that I was normal and I just kept going. Or even just being smart, being quick with numbers, great at writing, this and that. I struggled for so long in the early going. I had to go to speech classes because I couldn't even talk right. I struggled so long just doing the basic first and second grade skills. So like, of course I found ways to do it. People will be like, oh, but that was back then. You're great at it now. I'm great at it because I had to work so much harder than others to be great at it. So I'm not talented. I just work harder than others. And so, no, I don't think you need talent. But if you're talented and stick with that, it will put you way ahead of
I think
others.
And here, I'm going to give you my answer now. I feel like being talented is not a prerequisite to building a legacy, but it sure as hell works. It helps. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you're building a race car and you got nitrous to put in it.
Yeah. Or like we've been talking a lot about the NBA. You know, growing to 6'8" doesn't hurt your chances. Like it's not like, oh, you grew to 6'8", damn, it's gonna be an uphill battle for you in the league. No.
It definitely fucking helps.
Like dead ass. So like LeBron being good at what he is. If he was I tell people this all the time, if he was 6'3", he wouldn't be that amazing. But because he's as skilled as what he is, and tall and built, oh, it's unstoppable. Only for the fact of like, AI was like that. Steph Curry's like that. They're 6'3". Imagine if they were 6'8". Like,
and you gotta think, it's only 5 more inches. It's not that much of a gap, but it's that much of a gap.
And it's like, imagine if they were these niggas are doing damage small. And arguably the reason why they couldn't do more damage is because they're small. Like, Steph shoots 3 well, and it's like, Steph Curry should be known more for his intelligence because hell, did he start shooting threes a lot? I'm not gonna go there and bang with them niggas. They 7 foot down there. You want me to go and try to get fouls off them niggas? You want me to try to dunk on them niggas?
You know, I think I can only like remember maybe 4 Steph Curry dunks.
Bro, he's probably only had like 7, and they're like they were all just breakaway dunks. It was for a stretch. The people were arguing, can he even dunk? Because I didn't think he could.
Yeah, because I remember this argument, and it was like, well, we've seen him touch the rim. It's like he can dunk. Yeah, it's not a problem. It was like, no, we've never seen him do it.
You feel, and it's like he's had plenty of breakaways. He lays it up. If he could dunk, why don't he dunk? But it's like he even said this after the post conference. He was like, I heard people saying I couldn't dunk, so I had to show him a little something. I've never seen the world go crazy off of one little small ass.
It wasn't even nothing fancy. It was
that nigga can do it. He didn't shut niggas down. And so like he should be known as more of a smart guy because like he just realized that not to shoot these threes. And well, he switched the game doing it. Like he did not set out, I'm not switch the game. Fuck these tall niggas. He just did what was good for him. And it turned out, and that's why the league kind of sucks. Because niggas try to do the Steph Curry approach, but there's only one Steph Curry. Now niggas are coming close, but it's just like not close, like better than him, but close to kind of rivaling it. But like the reason it works so well is because he did it for him. Y'all are doing it because of him. That no sequel will ever be better than the original, except for some movies, but and some rap albums. But ignore that part.
Because the Carter 3 is better than the Carter.
You feel me? Hell, I could make an argument that damn can't make an argument for shit. Couldn't think of it, but. Oh yeah, the Blueprint 2 and 3 is better than the Blueprint 1. Well, and the Blueprint 3 is better than the Blueprint 2. I can make arguments in that direction. So it's like, but fuck. It's a good quote to say. The sequels cannot fuck with the original. And it's
yeah. And I think but that's part of Steph Curry's legacy is like there will never be another Steph Curry. Now there might be in the future, 10 years from now, there might be someone who can shoot threes like him, and he might have the same build. He might follow the exact same path. I'm not tall enough to bang them niggas. I'm talented enough to play in the league. I got to figure some shit out.
Mm-hmm.
He might get there might be another person like that, but no one in the next 10 years is going to be another Steph.
This is also what I wanted to touch on because this is why I wanted to make sure what your question was.
Mm-hmm.
Talent around. Regardless of what people think, there's people around you that helps you get there. Steph Curry wouldn't be Steph Curry if it wasn't for the Warriors because the Warriors allowed him to be a shooter. He actually plays the game terribly. Don't let me tell you like, oh, Steph Curry's a horrible NBA player. These aren't good shots. They're not. Some of these shots actually don't help the team, whether it goes in or out. Well, no, it hurts. Some of these shots hurt the team when they don't go in, when you could have just, played it differently, done this and that. But he had the support of the team. And then they went out and got Klay Thompson, who's arguably known as the second greatest shooter. It kind of helps being able to shoot threes when you got 2 of the top 5 niggas to ever do it.
And Draymond Green can shoot too. So
you used to be able to shoot like that, but they found a person because in basketball, the approach of doing it all yourself has never helped. So Michael Jordan used to play point guard and do this and that. That's when he wasn't winning because bro, you like to score. You're a great defender. You don't need to do everything else. We can go get you a point guard to help facilitate so you can do what you do. Steph Curry is not a traditional point. That nigga's a shooting guard by all metric because they got Draymond to bring the ball up and to let him do what he do. That stuff helps. Some people try to take that away from Steph. You can't take it away because that stuff, they wouldn't be doing this without him. But there was talent around him. The GMs were smart enough to know boom, this is what we need. We've done this, we've done that. So there's still outside stuff that can help you and put you up. Because stuff could be in Utah. And obviously, them niggas don't know what they doing. And Steph Curry wouldn't be Steph Curry. He'll be well liked and he'll do this and that, but he'll just be really known as a guy who shoots bad threes. Because like I don't think an organization would have put up with that and they would have tried to make him change his game. But I changed my game because this is how I can get the most out of myself. So if you tell me change again, you are pretty much saying you're okay with not me getting the most out of it. So that's why I wanted to clarify because it does take talent around. You need to be in perfect situations. That's why with Lamar Jackson, it pisses me off. It's a veil of racism. People talk about Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's an okay quarterback, but you need to build a system around him.
Yeah.
You need to build a system around every fucking quarterback.
And you also got to think, like, Lamar Jackson does not have the most amazing receiver core. So he has to run.
They ranked 5 of the top 10 worst receiving core this season. Like, and that's why it's just like, guess what? Tampa Bay, Bruce Arians said they built the offense around Tom Brady. That's what you do. People try to make it like discredit. Oh, we need to build it around them. Do you want to win? Like I just
Especially if you're trying to build a team around a certain player, because the idea is when you draft your star player, your franchise player, is that the team is built around that franchise.
Niggas wouldn't have drafted Randy Moss #1, but tried to run the ball 40 fucking times. You just don't do that.
You throw it to Moss.
Yeah, like you're literally just wasting the potential of Randy. Go ahead, send that nigga to a passing team, then. So it's like that gets on my nerves. Like people try to discredit that. Well, it was built around you. Are we getting success? Now, if it's built around you, you're not getting success. Yeah, that's bad.
Then it's you.
Yeah. He's won MVP in 3 or 4 years. What is this, year 4 for? Year 3?
I think he's going to his 4th year, I think.
Going to 4th year. Yeah. He's won an MVP in 4 years. Basically, he won MVP in 2 years. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, the system works. So, like, I hate that. I hate that. Oh,
just give him some receivers, dude.
Oh, we need... Even I hate sometimes with the argument LeBron that LeBron needs things to be perfect. He needs for his things to be perfect in his way, but you do not win unless things are perfect. Like, and that's just bottom line. I love Kobe Bryant. You see, he needed Paul Gasol. He didn't need is a strong word, but like so that Shaq is gone. You see, they got another big man because for Kobe to be perfect. He doesn't need a point guard like Steph Curry or like a Dwayne Wade. He needed a big man. And we got that and things became perfect because that's what makes things perfect. Basically, we built the team around a bunch of defenders who shot threes very well because Kobe liked to score. We know that. So why would we fill the floor with scores and take away from what he does? Like, so things need to be perfect. And so, I don't take away points for you building it a certain way around you. Now, if you have all the best stuff, I take points away. I eat KD with the Warriors again. But, like, KD to the Warriors is not the same like Paul Gasol to the Lakers. That's not the same.
I mean, okay. So we talk about talent. Do you think management, so, like, around... like the back office, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that can impact a player's legacy? Because, like, it can easily change how your future is played out depending on what decisions they make.
It's half and half. I, believe it or not, don't believe it plays that huge of a role into it. Only because, actually got a real world example too. But, like, if you're that guy, if you're shown to be that guy, they're going to listen to you. What athletes today try to do, they try to shift blame to mask their own failures. And I see through it. Like Carmelo Anthony with the Knicks. Most people universally regard that was a failed experiment. But we even go back to the beginning. Boom, Carmelo was going to be a free agent that year. He got traded. But he wanted out right now. So if you want out, we need to get something for you. So the Knicks were pretty decent before Melo got there. Some people think he ruined it by himself. They traded like literally 4 starters and 2 bench players for him. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing there when he gets there. So boom, that's kind of on him. He should have just waited out the contract because he could have just went there and he would have had all those good pieces. Boom. And then so he's good. And like it was good for his first few years. But it's like, so they got J.R. Smith from the Nuggets. Do you think he had no input in that? So you just left the Nuggets from playing with this guy. Do you think if he hated him, the Knicks would have got him? Like, some of these decisions made does fall on Melo. I'm not here for the Knicks did all this. They ran some of the shit by him, and it failed because they gave him the power to help. Like, if you're that guy, you give him the power to help. Now, some athletes you see get mad and leave because they weren't given the power. Well, obviously management didn't see you like that, which I'm not mad at either.
I mean, but I think sometimes management can just make wrong decisions and not give. We see that with Lamar Jackson right now, bro. Like, because like obviously the Ravens are fumbling this bag. Because if they play their cards a little bit different, maybe they'd probably be in a different situation.
Two things can be true. So, like from the Ravens side, the reason why they have not signed Lamar because Lamar wants guaranteed years. And they're like, what I heard is not even really about the money. I heard the money is kind of is where the money is, but the years isn't where it is. He wants Patrick Mahomes' years. So, two things can be true. The way based off his play, he kind of deserves it, but based off his play, he doesn't deserve it. You could hit much more than Lamar. I mean, you get hit way more than Patrick Mahomes. We're being realistic. You're not going to last as long as Mahomes. And like from the Ravens' perspective, it's nothing wrong. It's fucked up for saying it, but it's nothing wrong. Like, I don't know, Patrick Mahomes signed for what, like 5 to 10 years? I think it was something good. Lamar Jackson isn't lasting 10 years playing like this. I'm just being realistic. Cam Newton didn't last a full 10 years. He was drafted in 2011. He was out there. He was like, the Panthers let him go like, what, in 2018, 2019? Now, that was a hell of a run, but it's not even 10 years. It's 2012. This would have been his 12th season. And when you see how he looks, like just play-wise, and like, it's just being realistic. So it's like, two things can be true. He deserves the contract, but he doesn't deserve the contract. And so the Ravens are protecting themselves on the back end, which I think is the worst. Now, I would give it to him. Fuck it. We ain't hitting on nothing.
But my thing is like, hey, if we give it to him and we build a team around him, we might get 1 or 2 championships in these 7 years that we're gonna get out of him.
You feel
and
me?
then we had 3 sorry years, and then we get a new quarterback. It's okay.
And that's why I was like, but then they say like things don't break your way. You get to the Super Bowl, lose, then you lose in the championship game. So when we got no rings out of it, but then damn. This nigga sucked for 3 years. And it's just due to injuries, just due to like his career. But we can't get rid of him because we've invested so much money.
I mean, but like I think even going to the Super Bowl is better than not going.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that helps your franchise. Like, we didn't win in 2025, but we went.
Move jerseys, did this and that. That's why it's like, I tell Elijah this all the time. You cannot be in win now all the time. Being in win now is how you fuck up the future. But I would get these years of Lamar. And I would try like my hardest to try to get him to be to a point where he could throw better, so you don't have to run so damn much.
Well, to me, I think Lamar can throw. It's like when he does throw, it gets to where it needs to go.
He throws good enough with his legs, and I mean like, so say like he didn't use his legs, he don't throw good enough. Like if you restricted him from running, the way he throws is not good enough. But since he's able to run and kill niggas with the legs, it's good enough to win. Damn it, it's good enough to win MVP of the league. Like,
and he's a scrambling quarterback, so like that is kind of his whole game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a Steph thing. Are you gonna tell him to change his game?
Not change completely, but see if we can make some minor adjustments. Mm-hmm. You can still run if you see daylight.
Build on what he already had.
Yeah, I'm about to say like we're not changing his throwing motion. We're just changing because like what you said, the ball gets there. Let's see if we can get it there faster. Let's see if we can make it to where your arm doesn't hurt because like to me, I think when I see ball sail and this and that, and I don't have any clear cut explanation for it. Maybe his arm is getting tired. Let's see if we can extend how long you can throw balls. So instead of your arm getting tired, 5 minutes left until the fourth. How about 2 minutes left until the fourth?
And
The
then,
extra 3 minutes might.
and then we can run this.
Yeah, like just stuff like that. It's that's what I would try to do. But fuck it, bro. If what we got, say like we signed him to 8 years, but like we have 5 good ones. Fuck it, let's go. Like, well, let's go ahead and do this damn thing because getting 1 or 2, like you said, is a lot better than just not going at all.
Yep.
And so like that's what I would do. But I'm not mad that the franchise is thinking, bro, it's gonna be outright terrible right at the back end of this. Like it is pitiful when you just have a contract you can't move. I.e.,
115.
gotta wrap this up kind of quickly. I.e., like Russell Westbrook with the Lakers. God, we cannot get rid of that. Nobody wants him. And it's actually pathetic. Like it's getting sad because I did like Russ up until the Lakers.
Yeah.
But it's actually like, damn, y'all don't want, we have to give you, we literally got to give them shit to take him. Like,
I just think Russell is not a good fit for the Lakers. That's really what it is. I don't think his play is bad. Now he has been breaking, but
so when you say that, this comes into a great question. Do you think you could ever tarnish your legacy? Because I think it had like I don't think his play style works. Like it works for him as an individual, but like since KD's left, he's only won 1 playoff series. And that's since KD. Not 1 playoff series for each team. No, he's won 1 playoff series since KD left. KD left like when 2015, 2016, maybe 2017. He's won 1 playoff series since. Like, but him come to LA, it was just a spotlight on him. Nah, I think this tarnished him because it's just like.
Well, I think what really did it because everybody thought, oh, they got Russ now. I think they might have this in the bag, and then because the talks was that was a super team.
Yep.
Like they had Melo at one point.
Yep, Melo, 80, Braun,
Yeah,
Russ.
Like they had a super team. Now they were a super team of old niggas.
Yep.
Except for 80. 80's not that old.
He was like 27.
Yeah, but
body just old.
the goddamn unibrow is a little older. But
yeah,
I think because it was the spotlight of the super team, it made he was going to be the key piece to winning it.
And they flopped so hard.
Yeah.
And do you know what's indicative that we flopped so hard? He's played every game. That's the worst part. If you would accept if he got hurt with LeBron and 80 and we just sucked. He played every game and we sucked. That's damn, you're there and we're losing. We got him so LeBron wouldn't have to play every game. But it's like, so I've been watching Russ for a while, and this is why I think, I knew this to be true. People think he looks bad now, but he's kind of looked this way. Like, to me, bottom line is winning. So some people will be like, well, you can't win it all. So if you lose, you automatically suck. How did you perform in the loss? Those two things is what's huge to me.
Yeah, I mean, you could because you can lose, but did we lose because of you? Mm-hmm. It's a very important thing.
I did my part, and it's like I hate when I don't want to hear the athletes say it, and I don't even like doing it on team stuff. Like, bro, I did my part. Y'all need to step up. I might say it as a joke or just a way to talk shit. Like, I hate when people mean it because it's like there's always something more you could do. But it's like as a fan viewing it, he did his part. Y'all ain't live up to y'all's end of the bargain. No. The rest of his performances have been shit in the playoffs. Like, they are not losing because their teams are worse. They're losing because he's playing like shit. Like, and there's just no. But he's going swept under because he's getting these triple doubles, losing with them too. But getting these triple doubles, look good, bro. You see that? Russ goddamn 30, 10, and 10. Bro, he done his part. Yeah, but he shot 20 for 50. Which is god-awful. He had 10 turnovers, god-awful. You're actually hurting as much as you're helping. But, the stats look good, boom, boom. But he's also been in smaller markets. He was in OKC, then he went to Houston, then he went to Washington, The Houston thing, I'm surprised he didn't get damaged more for. I think James Harden got damaged. It was like OKC and Washington shit. We just happy to make the playoffs. No, this is the Lakers. And I tell people this about LeBron's tenure. One ring is nothing to us. Like, one ring to me is real close to none. So you didn't even make the playoffs. Damn, this season didn't even happen. So, like, when you have your Hall of Fame speech and you run down your team and but you can skip over the Lakers because you won't even hear. And so, yeah, I think he's slowly been chipping away at it from people who've seen, but this is not an anomaly out of the rest. This is probably his worst. Like, he doesn't have the excuse of the stats to fall back on, but no, he's sucked in big moments all the time. Like, this is the rest that I know. So, like, to me, I've been making the case for people. He's not even a top 75 player. Why, bro? You seen that? He got these triple doubles, this and that. I prioritize winning more. Dwight Howard should be in over him.
Oh yeah,
like
Dwight Howard's a better player than Russell Westbrook.
And mind you, most of those stats that you're thinking of, all the accomplishments he's had, was like only his first 5 or 6 years. Because like he's kind of been a shell of himself since his first. If that man garnered those stats like that in 5 or 6 years, that nigga was a beast. Like, some people look at that as a career, like, yeah, he did that over his career. He played 12 years. No. He didn't get most of those in the back half. All those is from the front half.
Shit, he gave LeBron hell when he played for Orlando.
Yep. Knocked him out the playoffs in Cleveland, went to the finals, lost to Kobe in 5. Ain't no shame in it. That's Kobe Bryant. But it's like, yeah, I can make actual arguments that other people who stuff as attributed to winning. Like, they've done stuff these stats are cool, but one playoff series win in 6 years. It takes 3 series wins to make the finals, plus winning that. He is not close to even having a finals run. So it's like, it's stuff like that. In your everyday life, I think you could tarnish your legacy. Well, shit. We see niggas like R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. The stuff you do in the dark could come to the light and it could just wash it. It could just
ruin you.
I don't think that you could tarnish it forever because, like, regardless of what people say, Bill Cosby helped me get out the hood. Bill Cosby inspired lots of people to do this and that. Regardless of what he did, it will never be 100% tarnished, but he can never get back to what it could have been. So, like, hell, we can call a spade. Hey, he's closer to the end of life than he is at the beginning. So it's like, if he would have just passed away, boom, he was up there. I like to think that Bill Cosby was more solidified than Oprah Winfrey. I could be wrong, but I would like to think.
Arguably, I can say that. Yeah, especially Oprah in these last few years. Like, that's what no one cares about Oprah. But Oprah is not the superstar that she was.
I'm about to say she's just Oprah, but like that was Bill. Like Bill Cosby was that nigga. And so it was like, yeah, he would never be that. He's just I guess when he passed away, he will just be regarded as influential figure in the black community, which is kind of sad given his status of arguably best comedian. Now, I'm not gonna say he is the best, but just I guess most influential.
Yes.
Something like.
But yeah. I don't say he's not in my top 10.
He ain't in my top 10 either. But like, it's such a fall from grace. R. Kelly, arguably best singer. Like, now that's actually he will be regarded as a talented singer that had a troubled life. And it's like, damn. So Legacies.
He's gonna be a great singer. That was a perv.
Legacies do be tarnished, but I don't know. Time could forgive. People kind of got over that Michael Jackson thing.
Well, people got over the Michael Jackson thing because it was never confirmed.
Hey, shit, I got over it because I didn't give a damn. So niggas ask me, are you still listening to R. Kelly? And shit, listen to Michael Jackson, listen to King Von, he's a confirmed serial killer. I listen to I don't give a damn. It takes a lot for niggas, it takes a lot for me to stop listening to niggas. And niggas have not done enough. Shit, I don't give a damn. Might go listen to some R. Kelly after this.
God, goodness.
But I will not play the bitch in public. I ain't got time for it.
I won't be here to get judged. Tarnishing my legacy.
So I do think you can tarnish your legacy. And it's just like, it's weird. It's just like, in the dumbest of ways, you could be a great athlete or a great figure. like white person. But man, if you get caught saying nigga or God forbid nigger, oh, it's over for
my
you.
God.
It is
It's over.
You're like,
Just imagine if like I can't think of it, Bernie Sanders got caught saying,
bro, they're my niggas. Or them niggas tripping.
I think he'd get away with them niggas. But if he said them niggas tripping,
A great example is Drew Brees. Because Drew Brees is in New Orleans. Like, I never thought of it, but like, damn, Drew Brees is that nigga in New Orleans. Like, that shit black as hell. I forgot what he said. Was it on Kaepernick? Was it about kneeling?
well, he was talking about kneeling, and then he basically said athletes shouldn't be political, but also is a very politically active pro-Trump person.
Yep. And
So,
so,
like,
that killed him in the black community. Like, Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer. Nothing we can do can ever take that away. But it's just like, niggas don't fuck with Drew Brees. Like, you can feel it and you can see it. Like, damn, Drew, you lost all your respect in a matter of seconds. Damn speech was like 30 seconds long. You lost all that shit. You've done all that for the community. And I don't think he's a bad guy. Like, I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he's a racist. But it's like, damn, Drew, you threw most of that away for trying to be in the middle, trying to be politically correct.
Well,
you threw that away.
For me, it was more him being a hypocrite. Because you can't be politically active and then tell people not to be politically active.
Yeah.
You can't give your political opinions and then tell people not to give their political opinions.
Yeah. I was about to say, like,
that's not how this works.
So, like, it's football. I guess you can never tarnish a football legacy. Hell, even the niggas still got to put O.J. Simpson stats up there when the time comes. But you as a person, yeah, let's skip. Like, they skip past O.J. Simpson's name when they mention stuff like that. You see it, but it'd be like, I think he had the second most rushing yards in the season. Might be first. Number 3, Frank Gore. Number 1. Yeah, so,
That's funny. I've seen a clip like that. I was like, oh, these motherfuckers smiling. I would have said it. If I was a broadcaster, like, O.J. Simpson got number 2, and then number 3.
Because you make more of something when you're like, oh, you went out your way not to say it.
And you could have just said it and skimmed past it, and then you could have went into number 1.
So,
made it
like,
worse.
Boom, there's that. So it's like Drew Brees is going to be regarded, but this is just his personal reputation. Just how he's going to be perceived outside of the sports world took a ding. And so, yeah, you could do it in the real world. I mean, shit, there's anything we could do. You could be a woman beater, could be a rapist, could be a pedophile, could just be a terrible person.
You could just be an asshole.
Yeah.
You could be the best fucking chef on the planet, but if you're known for throwing pots at your cooks,
you won't be regarded well in the chef world. And eventually,
like, yeah, don't work for him. He's a fucking dickhead.
And eventually, the chef world will spill over to the real shit. I heard he a dickhead. I heard that's why you can't find chefs. But yeah, I think in summary, legacies are built. I think, like what I said, I think it's your highest of your highs and lowest of your lows. I think it's more built around the people around you who witness it and who can actually talk about it in the past. And I think that you can take away from your legacy, but you can never just outright
you never destroy it.
So that's where I stand at in legacies.
I pretty much concur with everything you said. Like you can never take it. You can never completely destroy your legacy. Your legacy is always going to be there, because you're always gonna have a fan that's gonna overlook your negatives, no matter what, no matter who it is. It's always gonna be somebody who's like, yeah, but that nigga was pretty. It's kind of like that.
And regardless of what, like, your highs are still your highs. O.J. Simpson was a bad motherfucker at running that ball.
He was a bad motherfucker at stabbing people.
he could come out and kill 5 or 6 more people and have to be put to sleep. It will never take away the fact that he ran it. Like, the yards are still the yards. You can choose to omit them, but they still happen. So, like, it's stuff like that. The stuff you did still had those MVP trophies and rushing trophies still got his name on them. Mm-hmm. Like, that you can never, I mean, you can take the trophies away, but you just can't take away it happened.
They're going to ask, like, what happened in 83?
I think they have tried to do that with some stuff, but it was like, boom, boom. Well, I know they were recording it because they have 82,
In 84.
84. But now I'm gonna go on my way. OJ Simpson with it. So it's like, yeah, like regardless of what you do, you just can't take it. Like people can't discredit. Nobody can discredit R. Kelly's albums.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you can hate it and don't want to listen, you can't just now say, yeah, and that nigga was a terrible singer.
You can't say "Step in the Name of Love" is not a fucking bop.
Oh, that nigga's
Or
voice
Remix
won't
to Ignition is not like one of the best songs ever written.
that nigga's voice won't even like that.
Come on
Okay.
now. Come on now.
Okay.
Whoa there.
So like, yeah, it's people will overlook it for one, and two, it's just when you do it. Once again, your highest of the highs, nobody can ever take away those highest of the highs. Now, if they're those middling things, like, oh, yeah, and he was my favorite musician from there. I mean, yeah, you can take that shit away. And nobody cares about that. Yeah. Oh, he was a favorite on this show. I mean, you can easily switch the word and say somebody else is the favorite. So, like, stuff like that you can take away. But what legacies do you have? Comment something you're passionate about, something that you're known for, just something you just want to be acknowledged for.
Yeah, and give us your opinions on what legacy is. Yeah, so I guess we're out.
We're out.